What's going on, NBA family? Today's Tuesday, October 17th. That means that we're just 7 short days away from NBA regular season basketball. That means that we're just 7 short days away from October 24th, from tip-off night, baby. So, y'all know what we doing, man. In this countdown series, we talking about greatest player to ever wear that jersey number for however many days we got left. And today is 7 days, so we're going to talk about greatest player in NBA history to ever wear number 7, and that's none other than... Now, I'm going to be honest, y'all, before I get into who I got. I know if you click on this video, you already know what it is, man. But I had some good choices for this video, y'all. I had Brandon Roy. I had Pistol Pete. I had Jermaine O'Neal, Juwan Howard, Lamar Odom. But to me, none of these guys top who I got. And that's none other than... Carmelo Anthony, man. Melo, man. He wore number 7 for 10 years. He was a 10-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA first-team selection, a 1-time scoring champ, and an absolute legend, man. Numbers and stats and accolades don't do justice for the career that Carmelo Anthony had, man. As number 7, he set the MSG, the Madison Square Garden, single-game scoring record with 62 points in one game. I mean, Madison Square Garden is just one of the mecca of basketball, one of the best places to play basketball, and that's where Carmelo Anthony has a chance to stamp his name and say, I am the highest scorer in a single game in MSG history. That is a way to cement yourself in history. And in my opinion, y'all, Carmelo Anthony is one of the most underrated scorers of all time, because right now he's currently ranked as 9th in the all-time scoring list. He actually should have been 8th, to be honest with you. He's only a couple hundred behind the person in 8th place, and he would have got 8th, to be real with you, but he got blackballed out of the league for like 2-3 years. Because originally when he went first went to OKC, and he had that press conference and he was like, oh, I'm not coming off the bench. Or they had said something as far as like, oh, Melo, you know, you being older now, how does it feel to fill in a role of coming off the bench? And he looked at him crazy. He's like, I'm not coming off the bench. I don't know what you're talking about. And then that right there, in this last couple years of his career, which was like Portland, the late Laker days, that right there is really what killed his career and really killed his legacy, because from this generation and today's day and age, like, people will remember, and it's very sad, people will remember that version of Melo. People will remember Melo not wanting to come off the bench. People will remember Melo when he was in Portland, but they won't remember all the greatness that Melo had. So I really think that, when he got blackballed out of the league by saying he's not coming off the bench, by not accepting that role as he got older, that just kind of blackballed him out of the league, man, and that really ruined his legacy. And it's sad. It's sad because for us that we know 15 Melo from Denver, we know 7 Melo from the Knicks, we know the great player he is. So it's sad that his greatness gets washed away for a couple of last years that he had in the league. But y'all know we like to do over here, man. We like to get into our favorite story when it comes to this player. And my favorite, number 7, Melo story has got to be April 2nd, 2013. It was Knicks versus the Heat. This is right after the Heat just came together with their big three with Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James. And it seemed like at the time, it seemed like Melo got left out. Now looking back on it, we know that Melo chose to not do that because he wanted to stay with New York and get the super max. That's a whole different discussion that we got to get into. That's on Melo's end. But at the time when you was watching and when I was a kid, I'm thinking like, damn, like Knicks about to play the Heat. The Heat just came together with their big three, but then they excluded Melo. Melo wasn't a part of the big three, so this game's got a lot of tension coming into it. That's the way I felt about it. And boy, that's probably the way Melo felt about it too, because he went off that game, y'all. Went off for 50 points, shot 18 of 26 from the field, shot 7 of 10 from the three-point line, and went 7 of 8 from the free throw line. An absurd performance, like still to this day, one of the greatest performances we've seen, one of the greatest performances I've seen. I remember watching this game live. I remember watching this on the TV. And just seeing Melo go to work, right? Like, I know when it was 8 days, I talked about Kobe's 81-point game against the Raptors, and seeing him go to work, fight through doubles, just rise over the defense. That's what this game felt like. You play some good defense, Melo just hit a better shot on offense. And when you look at the game in its entirety, Melo took 44 shots and only missed 11. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. That was a show to watch that day, man. So if I could leave you one thing with this video, besides subscribing and joining the family, man, go check out that game that the Knicks had versus the Heat. But there we have it, though, y'all. That's who I got for number 7, the greatest player in NBA history to wear number 7. Like I said, subscribe to join the family. We're going to keep working. We're going to keep grinding. And shoot, I'll catch y'all next time at number 6, man. Peace.